The NFL draft is less than a week away, so you know what that means? It's mock draft time.
Welcome to the Rines Report with your host, Tristan Blake Rines.
So I left all of my picks exactly where they are right now. I'm sure there are going to be some trades, there's going to be some movement come draft day on this upcoming Thursday, but I wanted to keep them how they are for now, just see, what I could make up with it at the moment. And of course, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I'm going to run through these picks like 1 to 5, 6 to 10 in sections. I'm probably going to explain one, maybe even 2 picks per section, and just break down my thinking behind where some of these guys are going to land. And if I'm going to do another mock draft this upcoming Tuesday, I don't want to bog you guys down with all 32 explanations. I want to leave a little bit more interest into potentially what changes could be coming. So let's get into it. Let's break it down 1 through 5. Let's run it. So with the first 5 picks, I've got the Cincinnati Bengals taking Joe Burrow, the Washington Redskins taking Chase Young, number 3, the Detroit Lions taking Jeff Okudah, number 4, Tristan Wirfs from Iowa going to the New York Giants, and number 5, the Dolphins taking Tua Tagovailoa. Now the Giants went out this offseason and got a lot more in-depth defensively, especially at the linebacker spot. So I'm going to preface the Tristan Wirfs picks with why I didn't take Isaiah Simmons, I suppose. And I think it's mostly because, look, they went out and got Blake Martinez, they got Fackrell, they look like they are kind of content with what they got at the linebacker spots, but offensive line is still a major issue for the New York Giants. I feel like the offensive tackle / offensive guard, very versatile guy, Tristan Wirfs, had a strong combine, and I feel like Dave Gettleman's going to look at Tristan Wirfs and think, look, we can take this guy, still kind of raw, but has a huge ceiling, a lot of potential, and mold him into our franchise offensive tackle. Or even, heck, if they need to move him inside to play guard, they've got a good depth at the interior offensive line. Obviously, the big presence needed is on the outside, but I think that the New York Giants see the potential in Tristan Wirfs to see him as whether or not he's going to be an offensive tackle, offensive guard. He's got a high ceiling. He's got a lot of, there is obviously a lot of potential here, and I think they are very hopeful with the pick. They could go Tristan Wirfs at number 4. That's at least my line of thinking here. Number 6, I got the LA Chargers taking Justin Herbert, the quarterback from Oregon. Number 7, the Carolina Panthers taking Derrick Brown, defensive tackle out of Auburn. Number 8, Jedrick Wills going to the Arizona Cardinals from Alabama. Number 9, I've got the Jacksonville Jaguars taking Isaiah Simmons, the linebacker / safety out of Clemson. And then finally at number 10, I've got Andrew Thomas going to the Cleveland Browns. Let me explain why I took Isaiah Simmons at number 9. So I think that the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to try to keep building up a core of young defensive talent. They seem to get pretty far before with that method, not even having to have an incredibly strong offense. Jacksonville's offense is pretty meh right now. Obviously, they went out and let a few key players go from that run a few years ago, but I think the line of thinking is still going to be there. Try to build up a strong defense, and they start to achieve that by taking Isaiah Simmons from Clemson. Very versatile linebacker and safety type hybrid kind of guy to fill in a linebacking core that already has Joe Schobert and Myles Jack. So Jacksonville getting a very solid pick. At number 9, Isaiah Simmons does not leave the top 10. Big pick for the Jaguars. So picks 11 through 15, the Jets taking Mekhi Becton, offensive tackle out of Louisville. Number 12, the Oakland Raiders taking CeeDee Lamb, the wide receiver from Oklahoma. Number 13, the San Francisco 49ers getting another wide receiver threat in Jerry Jeudy from Alabama. Number 14, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking Jonathan Taylor, running back out of Wisconsin. And number 15, Denver getting a speedy wide receiver in Henry Ruggs III, also from Alabama. So while I think the Jonathan Taylor pick could be seen as somewhat of a reach, obviously the running back position at the NFL level, almost a dime a dozen when it comes to the running backs in the NFL. But I think that the Buccaneers are going to look at Jonathan Taylor, the potential Heisman from this last season. Obviously, he went to Joe Burrow. And they're going to think, look, we only got Ronald Jones the second in the backfield. Not a lot of depth, not a lot of competent depth to build into this offense. We go out and get Jonathan Taylor, infuse him into this backfield, and you make the offense as a whole, which is already incredibly dangerous, the Arians Brady, pairing at head coach and quarterback. And you got all the other weapons that are on that offense. You add Jonathan Taylor into the mix, you're spreading defenses out even further, thinning out the resources, and I think Tampa Bay is going to benefit a lot if Jonathan Taylor is their pick at 14. I think he can pan out. Obviously, offensive line is going to be a huge point for them as well. A lot of the premier offensive linemen already being taken. I think Tampa is going to keep quadrupling down on the offensive side of the ball. Pick number 16 through 20, Atlanta taking Clavon Chaisson, linebacker out of LSU. Number 17, the Dallas Cowboys taking CJ Henderson, cornerback out of Florida. Number 18, DeAndre Swift, running back out of Georgia, going to the Dolphins, solidifying more backfield presence. Number 19, the Las Vegas Raiders going out and getting another linebacker from LSU within these last 5 picks, Patrick Queen. And number 20, the Jacksonville Jaguars going out and getting Javon Kinlaw, defensive tackle from South Carolina. So I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to take CJ Henderson. It feels like the right range for him to get picked at. Obviously, they lost Byron Jones, who was their premier cornerback for about 5 years, going to the Miami Dolphins. And they've got some holes in that secondary. I don't think CJ Henderson necessarily is, the big premier guy that's going to solve all the secondary problems, but I think it's a big start. The secondary being the weakest link, it feels, for the Cowboys right now, and you start shoring up that. You put somebody out there that could be your future cornerstone at the cornerback position. I think CJ Henderson has all the tools that the Dallas Cowboys are going to want to get better in the secondary on the defensive side of the football, and could be their lockdown corner for at least the next 5 years. Picks 21 through 25, the Philadelphia Eagles taking safety Xavier McKinney out of Alabama. Number 22, the Minnesota Vikings going out and getting a wide receiver, Justin Jefferson out of LSU. The Patriots at 23 going linebacker at Zach Bond from Wisconsin. Number 24, the Saints planning ahead for the future, getting Jordan Love, the quarterback out of Utah State. And number 25, the Vikings once again going out and getting another corner in AJ Terrell out of Clemson. Now, let me put my reasoning behind the AJ Terrell pick. I think that AJ, would be a solid fit in the Minnesota defense. Obviously, they let go of Xavier Rhodes. He went to Indianapolis, onto whatever greener pasture you want to call it. And the Vikings are going to be needing some more secondary help. Right now, their premier guy is Mike Hughes, formerly a UCF draft pick. But without Rhodes there, he had a rough season last year, let's just be honest. But they're going to need to try to fill in that presence, that hole. I think AJ Terrell, the first team All-ACC cornerback, is going to be a solid pickup for the Minnesota Vikings here. And now picks 26 through 32, the Miami Dolphins finally going defense in the draft at number 26, getting Grant Delpit from LSU. Number 27, the Seattle Seahawks going Yetur Gross-Matos, defensive end from Penn State, trying to solidify that pass rush. Number 28, the Baltimore Ravens going with Kenneth Murray, Oklahoma linebacker. And then number 29, the Tennessee Titans going some edge rush with AJ Epinesa from Iowa. Number 30, the Green Bay Packers going wide receiver with T. Higgins, the wide receiver from Clemson, 6'4", big body wide receiver to complement Devontae Adams, give Aaron Rodgers some more threats. Number 31, the San Francisco 49ers going defensive tackle, replacing DeForest Buckner with Ross Blacklock from TCU. And then finally, number 32, the Kansas City Chiefs, defending Super Bowl champions, going to go cornerback with Jalen Johnson out of Utah. So let me explain a couple of the picks there. I really think Kenneth Murray to Baltimore is a fit made in heaven. They lost a couple of guys in this past free agency, Josh Bynes and of course Patrick Onwuasor to the New York Jets, and they're going to need to fill in that hole. They're thin at the linebacker spot. Kenneth Murray, very versatile, fast guy that understands how to move sideline to sideline, knows how to make a lot of tackles. Now, while he could be better in the passing game, obviously not a lot of deflections, no interceptions on his college career, Murray could be a very solid playmaker for the Baltimore Ravens that need linebackers right now. And And then a final explanation pick, AJ Epinesa to the Tennessee Titans. Mike Vrabel wants a guy that's going to go out and pass rush, get after the quarterback. They traded away Jarrell Casey to the Denver Broncos this offseason, so I'm very confident they're going to be going back to the defensive line this offseason, trying to, improve the pass rush, try to get something back for it. I like Epinesa. I think he has a lot of polish, one of the best pass rushers in this draft. So Epinesa to the Titans, in my opinion, seems like a match made in heaven. So that's Mock Draft 2.0. Obviously less than a week until we're going to find out how wrong I am with the NFL draft picks. Probably going to do some more NFL draft stuff coming up in the next video this Tuesday. And again, I'm excited. I'm just ready for some more NFL content, free agency, the giant waves of passers. Still guys left on the market. I could be talking about those guys in future videos. And again, the NFL draft, less than a week to go. I'm excited. I'm sure you're excited. And all we can do is sit down and wait. But thank you so much for watching the video. Got my social medias down in the description below. You can like, comment, subscribe, get the bell on, stick around and watch some more content. And I appreciate you watching. I'm going to catch you in the next video. Adios.